You only have one goal when you're texting any girl, and that's to get on the phone with her. Nothing else matters. If you're here to just text for the sake of texting, if you're a walking jester, you're her free dopamine boost, her free daily dose of free attention, a walking scent, bro. By my guy, you know what you are. This video is to help you become the best hooper, player, texter possible. Our goal here is to spike her emotions. So you have to realize, if you're strictly texting her, all the moves you could possibly do is capped. There's a ceiling you will hit. So if we know what our number one goal is, let's look at our formulas and let's hoop, bro. Bring out your notebooks. Let's look at the first formula. We know a good texter gets on the phone with the girl, correct? Okay, so common sense would say a bad texter never gets on the phone with her. He's just texting her to text. So before we get into the items in this tier list, let's look at a classic screenshot, a classic texting example of what not to do from a hooper inside the school. Now, we're not here to roast, we're here to help. Let's see where he went wrong, so we'll have context moving on into the items in the tier list. So he says, in fact, how old you is now? Or are you? She says, 18, I turned 19 on the 2nd. The hooper says, smooth and happy early birthday. Bro, off the rip, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hooper to hooper, bro. You could type up the nicest happy birthday message of all time. That won't get her wet, bro. But let's see how this works. Smooth and happy early birthday. She throws you a nonchalant thank you. You say, where are you going to celebrate? Off the rip, hooper to hooper. We don't want to do interview questions. If you do want to know where she's going to celebrate, throw out a guess. Make assumptions. Oh, let me guess, you're going to celebrate at the beach or at a dinner or at a restaurant. She says, I don't know yet. You ask another question. You're trying to celebrate with me somewhere? Oh my God, did ChatGPT give you the script, bro? This is boring. No hate to this hooper. We're not here to roast. She says, I don't know, maybe. Okay, your shot's getting warm. Then you say, where you at? We can do something. I don't mind reconnecting, or are you shy? Bro, we've talked about this in practice. You're damn near uncoachable, bro. We've talked about this. You, as a hooper, you can never ask her to meet up through text. The only time you bring up linking up this girl or meeting up with this girl is via the phone. The moment you sent this text, or in fact, bro, the moment you send any text to a girl mentioning a link, you are spiking her anxiety. Oh shit, he wants to link me already? Bro, she doesn't even know your voice. So we don't even know how you're saying it. So you leave a lot on the table, a lot of variables to fuck up. So then she says, what type of reconnecting are we talking about? And you say, I go wherever the vibes go? Oh my God. I'm quiet on purpose. Let us look at this shot. I go wherever the vibes go, bro. This is a failed attempt at being nonchalant. And of course you brick. She said, oh, like I said, guys, we're not here to roast this hooper. We helped him inside the school. But that's what a bad texter does. You're throwing up shots you can say over the phone, but all those shots you were saying is not hitting right. A lot of the things you're saying, you need a lot of the tonality, how you're saying it, the pacing, but we have none of that if you're doing it through text. She knows it, you know it, because we talked about this in practice. You're becoming uncoachable. If you're acting like this through text, it's okay, bro. We're all here to help. So we're gonna look at some in-game footage of. I know I'm stalling here, bro, but I have to give you guys context. That was a bad screenshot. Let's look at the system of what a good hooper does. This is a Coach Knox special. This is in-game footage. So a girl, she posts a song, right, on her story. She posted a song on her story. Okay, cool. That's normal. Like most girls do. Bro, I'm trying to minimize this shit. Minimize, bro. Come on. Minimize. Fucking loser. Come on. Minimize. Why is it so hard, bro? Pause. Okay, we're gonna just come on, come on. Fuck you, Windows. Let's do it. Sorry, guys. So she posted a song. I use a method from the cookbook. That's why this is blurred out here. She laughs. She says, "There's no gatekeeping this. This is Boston. This the artist of the song." Okay, we get it. Okay, what happens next, bro? Then I throw in some rage bait. I say, "You're supposed to say sorry now. I'm not trying to see other people posting that shit." She laughs. This is a good sign. This is an indicator of interest. She then follows up with more banter. She says, "Do you want it to be sincere?" AKA the apology. She says, "I'm sorry, it won't happen again." This is pure banter. So I throw in more rage bait. We're spiking. Mind you guys, notice this too. Did I tell her she's pretty, bro? No. Did I ask her any questions? No. Everything I'm doing here is simply assumptions. There's no interview questions. Let's keep watching though. I then say, "So you sent a text instead of a voice note. Strike two, do better, more rage bait, bro." And we cooked ourselves. She didn't respond till the next morning, and that's okay. She fell asleep, and what did she say? "Oh, I went to sleep. That's another strike." She's loving every piece of this banter and dynamic. So let's see. Hooper the Hooper, I'm going to ask you this, guys. When this girl sent this message, what are you saying after? When are you texting back? What are you saying? It's 7 a.m. Are you going to text back at 8 a.m.? Or lunchtime? Or evening? Or dinner? I'll wait. What are you saying here? Or you could comment that shit. Let's see if you got a good shot. I'll respond to you. Let's see what Coach says. She didn't text till the morning? Hooper the Hooper, we wait until 9 o'clock to text her. Yes. We're here for nighttime hoops only. Do not text a girl during the daytime, bro. What are you, a pen pal? We're here to put the ball in the hoop. So boom, it's 9 o'clock. I say, wake up right now. Knowing everyone is awake at 9 o'clock, I'm boosting my own authority. I'm holding frame here. And I say, enough is enough. I sprinkle in some rage bait. She says, "Nah, what you be doing?" Because to be fair, I didn't text her the entire day. I get her number. I couldn't show you guys what it is because, cookbook shit or whatever the case may be. I get her number. She says, Now, that's not the end of the battle. When you get her number, you have to follow up with what you started with. I sent her a text referring to the song, More Rage Bait. She says, "Yup, glad you know," and we got on the phone later that night. Now, that whole uncensored screenshot is in the school. Okay, cool. But the whole point is, notice the difference between an interview conversation, question, versus assumptions. Where's my messages here, bro? It doesn't matter. Point is, it was a night and day difference. Now that you know the difference between a good texter and a bad texter, you now know what to do. Now, let's look at the items in this tier list and see, are we making mistakes where we're cooked for life? It's over, bro, GG. Or are we a true top tier pick? Women love us. Now, obviously, the guy who sent that in the school was a ChatGPT merchant. I know you use ChatGPT, bro, because why are you spamming? Bro literally said, "I go where the vibes go." Oh, bro. Cooked. So, obviously, it's over, bro. Let's do something that's worth talking about, right? So, obviously, if you're a what you doing merchant, you're still cooked. But I want to say this, bro. What you doing is still the equivalent to you asking a girl, "Yo, girl, what do you want?" So if you text a girl any of the following, you're cooked. So what you doing, merchant, you're cooked. You ask a girl, "What you want?" You're cooked. You ask a girl, "Yo, what's popping with you though?" You're cooked. You ask a girl, "What's going on with you?" You're cooked. All of these lead to a brick wall. If you're not getting on the phone with her, none of this matters. If you're the type to text a girl, "Hey, what you doing?" She says nothing, and then you call her, you're doing too much, bro. That's too pre-planned. At this time, she's enjoying her peace, but you just threw in a crazy call without context, and she don't even know why you're calling her. You cooked yourself. Another thing too, bro, Hooper the Hooper, bro, you get bitches, right? I'm asking you a question. Do you get bitches? There's too much bitch in your voice, bro. Say it with your chest. You get bitches, bro. Yes. Type shit, squeaker. But you have to realize, bro, most girls are not doing shit. Like, respectfully. If you ask a girl what she do from a day-to-day basis, she'll probably have at least 16 hours ranked up on TikTok. Just scrolling, doom scrolling away. Or if not TikTok, it's Netflix. So you asking her what she's doing, I guarantee you she's laying in the bed thinking of what lie to tell you. Oh, I'm just doing some homework. Oh, I'm just, looking at some nails. Oh, I'm going shopping. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. 9 times out of 10, most girls aren't doing shit. So ask her what she's doing, bro. Fuck that. Get on the phone with her, and you'll see what the hell she's doing besides talking to you. And you'll realize she's guess what I called it, laying in the bed. And one more thing I forgot to add was, let's look at some in-game footage of someone texting a girl, "What are you doing in 2026?" And let's see how she responded. So let's look at some in-game footage real quick. Let's see, where did he do it? Okay, he gave her free validation. He used the "You the Real Art" that's been patched. So he says, "You're the real art." Hopefully I can minimize this shit. Thank you. He says, "You're the real art." She says, "Thanks." He asks, "What are you doing up so late?" Ha 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 ha. "Because I can." You double down on the "what are you doing," and look what she just said, clear as day. Now I can't say this for guideline reasons, but he got cooked. I mean, clearly you tried to reply to her story, but what is the entire point if you're giving her free validation and you're not trying to lead towards a number? We already know girls don't do shit with their life, not respectfully, but point is, if you're still spamming "what are you doing," you don't want to hoop. You have uncoachable tendencies, and we can't have this in the league. So next up, we have the gaslight texter. Bro, this is common sense. Girls hate guys they can't figure out. So if you continuously gaslight her, she's gonna realize something about him is different. He doesn't text how everyone else texts. I want to let him crack. Next one, close friends farmer. Bro, if you are in the close friends, you are special. You have to realize most dudes do not exist to women. So if you are in the close friends and you don't know what to say to the chick, just say you're genetically cooked. Or check out the cookbook, bro. Next one is free compliments in 2026. Oh my God. Let's look at some in-game footage I actually got from a girl posted a TikTok about a guy giving her free compliments. Let's look in 4K. Let's look. Like, open up, bro. We don't have time for games here. Minimize, bro. Minimize. Come on. Minimize. Come on. Minimize, bro. Damn it. Minimize. Windows. There we go. Thank you. Now it's too small. Sorry, guys. Fucking Windows be fucking us over. So, you tell her, "I be seeing you around. You look good." Bro, pretty hoes know they look good, bro. Bro, I've said this in multiple videos, but we're not learning our lesson. If a girl is actually pretty, I'm put it like this, bro. Ask any pretty girl you know. Do you remember the first person who ever calls you pretty? They don't remember that shit. They get told it so often they forget. It's like telling Victor Wembanyama, "Bro, you're tall." Bro, he like it's so okay. We get it. So you gave her free validation. She says thank you. You then say, "Of course, if you was single, I was trying to get to know you." Bro, you airballed, bro. Let's see what she says. "I am single, but I'm not looking for anything right now." Bullshit. If a girl ever tells you anything of the following, "I like you, but I'm not ready to date right now. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Or I'm not ready, or I'm not looking for anything right now." Shut the fuck up. Yes, she is. Who do you think she's posting for? This is Instagram, not their photo gallery. So if she's telling you this cope, I guarantee you, a girl will literally look you in the eye and say, "I'm not looking to date anyone right now." And then the next month, she's dating someone. You want to know why? Because the one she's dating did something you didn't. So off the rip, you did 2 bad red flags here. First, you gave her free validation. The next red flag is, you said, "If you was single, I was trying to get to know you." Off the rip, you're coming in as if you're trying to date her. Now, I'm going to tell you how they view this. When you off the rip make it obvious that your goal is to date her, and the fact that you care that she's single or whether she's dating or not, when you make that fact super clear, they automatically think he's desperate as fuck. This, he only knows that I'm pretty. He doesn't know my name. He doesn't know my personality, and he already wants to date me or trying to get to know me. He gets no bitches. So if you do want to date a chick, this is this free game, bro. If you do want to date a chick, do not make it obvious up front. They like the chase. They want them. Bro, girls love guys they can't put their finger on. It's like something about him. I just don't get him. I can't predict him. Man, let's hoop. So that's free validation, obviously, bro. You got posted, and that you gave her free daily dose of attention. This one is below. It's over, bro. You are genetically cooked. It's in your bloodline. You are cooked. Say it with me. I'm cooked. Nigga, say it. So if you're spamming this shit, you're fried, bro. Next up is a voice message maxer. This is good, but sometimes if you send too much voice message, you are also her daily dose of attention. Hooper the Hooper, I'm telling you right now, if you do not get on the phone with her, you are wasting your time. So this is top tier, but it's not up to women love you. You can gaslight your way. Matter of fact, it's women love you. It's women love you because you can voice message you. Well, no. Take it back. Come on. Damn, tier list. Okay. I'm going to say this. You can gaslight and close friends your way into getting her number. But the problem with voice message maxing is if you do bring up getting on the phone, which it can work, she's going to question why not just stay on the voice message. Like you're already giving her free attention. Why get on the phone now? We're already having a good time. So it can be a hit or miss. It's still top tier for banter. But if our number one goal is a good texter is what? Someone that gets on the phone, then it's just not in your super best interest, right? Because at the same time, it's cool, but you're low key kind of killing your mystery. Like I said, this is still top tier, but in comparison to everything else, it's a tier below it. And I'll ask you this question, right? Why even send her a voice message if you already have her number? Like you can still use it, but only use it sparingly because the last thing you want to do is to have a full-blown conversation with nothing but voice messages. Now, if she can't get on the phone for obvious reasons, my nigga, you better be cool as fuck with this girl because the number one goal is to get on the phone. Point blank, period. Man, let's hoop. Next up is having a deep conversation. Now, you're probably thinking, bro, like, yeah, this is actually a good thing to do because then she'll have her guard down and think you don't want to crack. Well, it's actually not so black and white. Here's the problem with having a deep conversation. Via text, I mean. If you do have the conversation, mind you, she's still missing out on your tonality, your voice. Everything she's saying, she doesn't even know your voice yet, bro. So if you're already having a deep conversation, via text, when you do get on the phone or when you do link, what are you going to be talking about? You've already said everything through text, but I'll say it like this. We're going to put this at You have to use this sparingly because if the conversation is too deep and you do not get on the phone, bro, you're genetically cooked. But if you have a deep conversation and then you can bring it up on the phone, make the conversation deep over the phone, and then you cut the call early and then mention the link later, this is a top tier move. But this type of skill is only used by the cream of the crop hooper. You can't be a noob using this type of level because it takes a lot of effort to pull this off and to be able to read the type of girl she is. So because this is dependent on the type of hooper you are, we're going to put this at It has the potential to be women love you, but because it requires a lot of skill, we're going to put it at because most hoopers can't pull this off. And it comes with a lot of effort. It's like if we're comparing it based on ROI, return on investment, it's going to be around to top tier because you're using a lot of your time and energy to vet this girl and understand like where this girl is coming from. I'm going to drink some water. Now, emoji merchant. Now, we're going to save that for later. I need something more interesting here, like pointless conversation. That's something I can talk about. Now, I have in-game footage of what pointless conversation looks like. The whole point of texting, as we know, is to get on the phone, correct? So if you're not doing that, it's pointless, correct? Okay. So let's see what this hooper, and he's not from the school, he sent me this DM through Instagram, and we're not here to roast, we're here to see what the hell is her problem as a hooper. Let's see. So you text this girl, let's see what you say here. You text this girl. Let me see if I can minimize. Come on, minimize. Come on, minimize. There we go. You text this girl, hey. She says hi. First of all, there's a lot of red flags here. You're on WhatsApp, and this is a Post Malone or The Weeknd background. We're not gonna roast you, but that's off the bat the red flag. You then say, how are you doing? This is the equivalent to what are you doing? Leave this for over the phone. I'm doing good. This is Cap. She's laying on her bed wondering why you interrogating her. Next up, you say, Kay, I got your number from whoever the hell this is. Was hoping if we could get to know each other better. Okay. So you interested, or she just said okay. Okay, let's see where this ends up. We're not here to roast him, bro. Next up is he says, I don't even know what the hell happened. Maybe I'm skipping screenshots here, but who cares? She said, so you tell her I'm asking because you give off low interest vibes. If the girl is giving you low interest vibes, never bring it up because why do you care? Bro, you get bitches, right? So if bitch 1 gives you low interest, bitch 2 is giving you high interest, why don't you go back to the low interest one and telling her, hey, you're giving me low interest? The moment that comes out your mouth, you're literally telling her, hey, I care too much. Okay. So she says, why do you say so? Then you say, firstly, you're not firstly. If you're talking this professional, you're cooked. Genetically, you're cooked, bro. We're going to have to keep you benched. You're benched, bro. Firstly, you're not eager to even ask about me, and you're only responding with one-sided replies. It's cool if you ain't interested. Nice meeting you. Would you mind if I could get your pic? Oh my God, this is... We'll keep reading. Why are you even concluding yourself too much? Did I say anything wrong? You're too fast by. Now, with this entire interaction, we now understand why you have The Weeknd background as a WhatsApp. There's a lot of errors with this text. We're gonna leave you alone. There's a lot of subject on this matter. You're here to learn. That's okay. But like I said, you did what are you doing, which is wrong. Then you are caring too much. I'm done with this screenshot, bro. Get out of my face. Hooper to Hooper, guys. We know we do not want to care too much. Now, obviously, you want to care a little bit. You want to give her some breadcrumbs. But if you're here saying, matter of fact, did you even get on the phone with her? That's okay. All I'm going to say is this. If you're not trying to get her number, get on the phone with her. You are wasting your time. Telling a girl, it seems like you're low interest, bro. You are fried, bro. And we're not here to roast, but it gets to a point where, are we even taking notes in practice? Are we? Yes. Is a nigga here lying right now, but that's okay. Pointless conversation is fried. Now let's get something that actually makes sense. Where's the Mr. Sexual Texter? Now, there's two type of sexual texters. There's the one that are actually smooth and the one that are doing too much. The one that are actually smooth, they normally come with some plausible deniability. So let's start with the one that's actually smooth. Let's look at some in-game footage, right? This girl says, where's your head? He then says, waiting for you to give it to me. She then says, not gonna lie, that was low-key smooth as hell. Look how he used this dribble animation. He used this alley-oop to his advantage. Now, I won't cap, this was so creative, I don't even think I would have thought of that shot. The question now is, how did he pivot from this to getting her number? I can tell you get bitches. You're a true hooper. This was smooth as hell. The only question now is, did you get her number? This is how you can be smooth without forcing it. You want to know what forcing it looks like? Let's look at the game footage. But for this guy, a good bucket. Let's do it. Good bucket. Good bucket, bro. You're coachable. Let's see. This is what happens when you're trying too hard. Let's see. You say, wanna know what else is long? She says, yeah. You send a meme and say, go ahead and guess? You're trolling too much, bro. I'm not even gonna respond to this. Point is, the sexual, you're actually top tier. but you have to dabble in some plausible deniability. If it's obvious that you're trying too hard, you're genetically cooked. Say it with me. I'm cooked, coach. Like, you're actually cooked. And we're not here to laugh. We're here to be actually serious about hooping. This is, if you actually care about this sport, you should be taking notes right now. You should be seeing what not to do. If you're traveling, if you're doing a double dribble, you will not get any minutes on the team. And I'm sorry, bro, but we're here, we're trying to win buckets. And clearly, if we have bucket resistant hoopers, we can't win as a team.
Okay, okay, guys. I went to sleep, woke up. We're back. Yes, I went to sleep mid video. What is you gonna do about it, bro? Exactly. Make sure you're taking these notes. Okay, so next up we got the emoji merchant. Now I'm gonna put it like this: you can use emojis only if the conversation is getting a little too serious. Now, I was gonna give y'all some examples here, but in general, you don't want to put any emojis. Your go-to method, if you do want to laugh, just put LMAO max. You can laugh at her message, like actually press the button, like you know how you click a message and you put the laugh emoji, like via iMessage or even Instagram. That's what you can do because you don't want to come off as too cold. But if you find some shit funny, do not put too many emojis. You're coming off as too friendly. Remember, you're still trying to crack this, John. So if you're overly smiley and happy-go-lucky, it's gonna be hard to imagine you clapping her shit because she views you in a friendly ass way. You're doing yourself a disservice. So if you spam emojis, you're cooked. It's not over, but you have to use it sparingly. Like most, if you do want to use an emoji, just add one laugh emoji max. But you do not want to become her friend. You want to know? Actually, speaking of friend, we actually do have in-game footage of a hooper literally doing too much. Right? Let's look. So he gives her free validation. He says, "You straighten your hair again." Yeah. You then say, "You look good as fuck." This emoji, whatever this means. She says, "Thank you, my heart. You know I got you." I don't know why you're dragging your letters. Did you get the number or not? I mean, she's flirting with you here and calling you. She's flirting with you and calling you her heart. But the question is, are you clapping this shit? Like, all of this energy here is just not ideal. Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're a true hooper and you probably already cracked this, Johnny, and you just wanted to show how she called you my heart. If that's the case, that's honestly sad that you even sent this screenshot, but we're not here to roast. If this little interaction felt good for you, you're fried, gang. All I'm going to say is just don't do too much. For example, right? You asked her, first of all, I never recommend asking yes or no questions via Instagram. But you were lucky she said yes and she dragged her letters. Then why are you yelling, "You look good as fuck"? I don't know, man. It's just bad hoops. Hopefully you already cracked, but in this position, you're doing too much. Emoji merchant, however the hell you say that shit. Calm down. Say you look good as fuck. Make it nonchalant. You feel me? You think you're the first person to tell her that she look good? Anyway, that was just an emoji merchant. Anyway, though, I need something interesting. Let's really start with the rage bait texter. Now, I got a couple screenshots of good buckets from the school that we can take notes at. So he starts off with rage bait. This is a true hooper right here. Shout out my school niggas. He says, giving us a monthly post and then dipping. This is the rage bait. Then she plays along. Yes, y'all should be happy. She's low-key trying to make you a fan. But you shot your shot here. Of course, I'm going to gatekeep the method. This hooper low-key put us on to this method he did. And he got the number. Smooth as shit. This is a good bucket. Notice how he did rage bait. He didn't say she was pretty. This hooper, I won't lie, this was like one of the top best shots inside the school. Salute to you, my nigga. I'm still in this method and I'm not going to cap. Regardless, notice how he slid up with slight rage bait. He didn't say you're ugly as fuck. He said you give us a monthly post and then dipping. This isn't even really rage bait, but he's really making an assumption. That's what we preach. Indirect method. He didn't say you're pretty as fuck. He didn't say I like your bikini, or he didn't say I like your tank top, whatever the case may be. He said you just give us monthly shit then dipping. Is this my type of shot? Not exactly, but you still have the system of giving her a rage bait, getting her number, all while not being desperate. So this is a true hooper. Shot this nigga in school. Let's look at another example of a rage bait text. Let's look. Shout out my school niggas, bro. Let's do it. So let's see. Okay, so you reply to her story. She says, I was just thinking the same thing. You then say we should make something happen. She says, okay, boo. starting with your number. Now, I forgot whatever the hell rage bait message you said to her, but this wasn't even rage bait. I don't know why I put this example. Point is, notice how he's not asking for the number. He's not saying, "Can I get your number?" or we might can get on the phone. If no, he just said, "We should make something happen, starting with your number." There's no doubt in his voice. He's oozing with confidence. And if you're not bringing this confidence when you're trying to get a bucket, you shouldn't be hooping. Try golf, try baseball, but hooping is not your sport. Good shit from the school, though. Good shit from the school. And this last example, let's see, more rage bait. So this guy, come on, that's good. So this girl says, "You just kept me reminded. Thank you for your service." He says, "Don't thank me yet." Good rage bait. You're commanding shit. "I didn't give you the full service." Perfect. She took the fucking bait. What's the full service? You said your hooper spot. We have to gatekeep this method. You said this one liner and you got the number. It was actually 2 lines. But the fact that she bit on the "I didn't give you the full service," you have to use the conversation to your advantage. He didn't say, "What's your number?" He didn't say a chat GPT response. He was smooth enough to get the bucket in not 1, not 2, but 3 dribbles. This is a good shot. Shot to school niggas. Point is, if you're rage baiting inside the text, bro, without a doubt, bro, women, they have to love you. You're baiting her emotions. Peep this shit. Most guys in their DMs, they don't rage bait. They compliment bait. What's the easier way of saying that shit? Compliment, fan bait? I don't know. Regardless, all they do is throw hard eyes in the comments or in her DMs, but none of them really know how to rage bait without going overboard. So if you master this skill, women have no choice but to love you, gang. And you wonder why when you do ask to get her number, you get left undelivered. Because the context before was just you giving her free validation, or the conversation was just an interview-ass question. So if you have this skill, if you have this specialty, you're ready to hoop. Next up, if you love to go on FaceTime with a bitch, bro, you are scoring without any downs. Anything that's on the phone or FaceTime, matter of fact, FaceTime is literally number 1, bro. We have to move this number 1 without a doubt. Forget gaslighting. Once you can get on the phone with her via the face, bro, that's damn near like you seeing her in person. Once you get on the FaceTime, you're going to plan the link. Now, I already did a video inside the school of what to say on FaceTime exactly. But our number 1 goal is to frame it just like this, right? When you get on the phone with her and you do want to link her, you're not going to say, "We should meet up this." You're going to say you've already been, you're going to say you already had something planned and you're inviting her. If you frame it like this gives her room to say no. And if she says no, she'll realize, well, whether I say no or yes, he's going anyway. He's cooling every way. But if you're trying to set up a link, like let's say we should go to the movies. Unless you frame it as if you're already going to see the movie, she's gonna think, he's clearing out his schedule just to see me. Cooked fries, bro. You're cooked. So if you're gonna be a FaceTime act, so you have to know the number 1 goal. If texting, the goal is to get on the phone with her. With the FaceTime, the goal is to see her in person. To continue the flirtatious banter, the rage bait, the gaslighting. You want that type of dynamic. But if you're just FaceTiming just to FaceTime, giving her free dose of attention, bro, you're cooked, bro. Say it. I'm cooked. I'm dead serious, bro. You're genetically cooked. So the fast texter. Now, with the fast texter, if you do text her fast, I'm not going to cap, you are probably cooked, right? Now, this depends on what we determine as fast. We're going to say we're going to say fast is you texting her every 30 seconds. Or let's say she sent a message and after 15 seconds, you're already responding. If you are that fast, bro, it's low-key over for you, bro. And you're like, bro, why does it have to be such a game and manipulation? Why is it so serious? Because women respect men that other women like. But if you're able to text her so fast, all she can think of, this nigga get no bitches, no life. It's low-key will piss her off that the app. You will low-key piss her off with how fast you're texting. You're not getting no aura points. It's not League of Legends, bro. Calm down. Give her at least 10 to 15 minutes to just breathe with the message. That way she's not thinking when she does send you a message that you're sitting on your bed, kicking your feet up, waiting for her to respond. That's not what we want. So if you're a fast texter, bro, it's not a race. Just let it breathe.
Give it at least 10 minutes max. And my thing is this: if our goal is to get on the phone anyways, you shouldn't be texting that long to get the number anyways. If the texting thread is more than 10 to 15 messages, you're cooking yourself. You're talking too much through text. And if you do talk too much, during the text, when you get on the phone, what are you gonna say to her? You said everything via the text, so she got what she wanted. Now, if you're a ghoster texter, this one you have to use strategically, right? Only ghost her after she does some shit that pisses you off. Don't tell her that you're pissed off, but an example of this would be, if you guys remember earlier in the video, the girl fell asleep on me. She didn't wake up till 7 o'clock. So what did I do? I wait till 9 p.m., shot my shot, we got on the phone, and it all worked. In fact, she rewarded me for ghosting her. She literally said, nah, what do you be doing? So if you use this sparingly, if you use it right, women love you. It's almost the opposite of a fast texter. When you're a ghost texter, she has no choice but to think, oh shit, he has a life. I'm not the only priority in his life, and that's making me wet. That's how they think. So if you're a ghost texter, use it sparingly, but keep in mind, if you do it too much, or let's say you wait like a week or 2 months, they will get pissed off. So it's actually like this, right? You have to do it breadcrumbingly. Like if you overboard anything on this tier list, you're cooking yourself. But in general, if you're a ghoster, you can still hoop. Okay, so we're gonna speed this shit up, right? Inconsistent texter. This one's low key with the ghoster. If you spam good morning, this one it's over. Like, why do you care about the morning? You guys are not dating. Why would you tell her good morning? It'll be a good morning after you clap her shit, but you didn't even get that. So how is it already a good morning? Unless she said good morning first, and then you're gonna say it would be better if I woke up next to you and we saw the sunshine. Perfect gaslight. Perfect way to put in her mind you clapping her shit without you saying you're clapping her shit. That's the only way you can really send a good morning text without tanking your aura. Next up is the jester texter. Now, normally this type of texter, you normally be sending her a lot of memes, or you might even send her TikToks. So we're gonna lump these two together. Jester texter, TikToks. If you're trying too hard to make her laugh, it's over. The point, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If you do want to make her laugh, the worst thing you can do is make it obvious that you want to make her laugh. Make everything you do nonchalant and have herself thinking, why am I laughing at this nigga joke so much and he's not even trying? Notice this much. When you notice a nigga is trying to make you laugh, it's not funny. Like, for example, ask the funniest nigga you know. Tell me a joke. The joke won't land because now you're already pre-expecting it. And now he low-key has to come off as try hard, or it just won't hit the same. So if you're a jester texter, if you're doing too much in the text, sending memes, we're sending memes, bro. You're fried. You're cooked. Not Steph Curry type of cooked. You are literally cooked. Like, you're not the splash brother. You're the trash brother. So sending memes, being a jester, TikTok sender. Only way you can do a TikTok sender is if you've already been on the phone with her. So we're gonna put it at cooked, because some TikToks can help you get a bucket, but you have to use it sparingly. It has to be something that will lead you to either building up the sexual tension, you guys getting back on the phone, you guys trying to link, or even let's say you send her a TikTok of a place you're already gonna attend or an event. You can use that as a plausible deniability, or even yet, let's say it's the girl you haven't talked to in a minute. You can send her a TikTok that relates to her and say, oh, I was just thinking about you. Now you have a free excuse to get on the phone without being desperate. It's like, for example, instead of you DMing her, hey or yo, you can send her a TikTok and be like, LMAO, this is exactly you. And the TikTok could be pure rage bait. It could literally just say, girls with big foreheads be annoying as hell. Pure rage bait. And then she might respond saying, no, I'm not annoying. My forehead isn't big. Or she might even say, I have a big forehead. Stop playing. Free rage bait. So TikTok sender, we're going to put that, it depends. We'll put that because I just gave you a perfect way to use it to your advantage without seeming desperate. Now, if you use lowercase when you text, my nigga, shake my hand, bro. You're a true hooper. The reason why lowercase is not patched is because automatically when you do have everything in lowercase, you come off as, I'm not trying too hard. I'm not finna text professional to you. You're a normal human being. I shit, you shit too. You poop, you bleed. You're human. But if you're texting her extremely professional, you're capitalizing every word. You're putting a period at every sentence, bro. You're fried. But this lowercase text is so nonchalant. In fact, if you notice here, none of these words are capitalized except TikTok. But it just gives off super nonchalant aura, and the girls can't help but to fold. It's like, damn, he doesn't care about me, and that makes me more wet. That's how they think. The next one is the guy who only texts her to meet her. This is actually cooked. And I know you're probably surprised, but I've said this plenty of videos. If you do want to link the girl, the very last thing you're gonna do is say it over the phone, or not over the phone, but over a text message. The problem with doing it through text is because you wouldn't know her state of mind. She might be having a bad day. She might be feeling depressed. So when you do try to text her, assuming that you never met this girl, you have a high chance of breaking a shot. Like, you ever wonder why everything seems to be going well with the girl, but then out of nowhere she stops texting back? Or you shot your shot and now it's like she doesn't know how to text back? It's because the moment you sent that text, you spiked her anxiety. You did too much, my nigga. Respectfully. So if you do want to link her, do it over the phone. Mention the link over the phone. But if you send that text via the text message, you don't know her current state of mind. She might be pissed off. She might just got fired. But if you do it over the phone, you can tell when it's a good vibe. You've built enough banter and chemistry. You have no other choice but to hoop. So if you only do it through text, you're cooking yourself. If you mirror her energy, bro, you know better, bro. Bucket. You're a bucket getter. You're a bucket getter. Now, if you do a paragraph, we already know being professional is fried. So what do you think a paragraph is going to do in your favor? Nothing, bro. So if you do send a girl paragraphs, bro, you're probably a bucket resistant, repellent hooper. And it's not your fault. It's just genetically cooked. Next up is a risky text sender. I'm going to put this at cooked only because we want to take smart shots. A lot of times you're thinking, yo, I tried this text on this girl and it didn't work on the next girl. That's because that shot isn't evergreen. So if you do send a risky text, you have to live with the fact that if this shot does not go in, you're cooked and you're okay with being cooked. Our goal here is to take high quality shots. And if we're not doing that, what's the point in hooping? That's like Victor Wembanyama, even though he did hit for half court a couple days ago, doing back-to-back half-court shots. That's not your bag. It's hella risky. It's like the return on investment is not that high. Shoot your type of shot. If you have a consistent shot animation, don't change it trying to be Curry. Know what works for you and don't try to change it. The next up is the sarcastic tester. The next up is the sarcastic texter. Now, if you're sarcastic, you're like her big brother. She can't help but to get wet around you. She's a walking creamer, ice cream machine. Now, this is not to be in a joking way, but the reason why being sarcastic works is because she'll realize how much you just don't care. Like, she wants to make you care, and the fact that everything is sarcastic, you hooped. The only problem is, since this is through text, sometimes she won't be able to tell with your tonality, are you serious or are you not? It's far easier to be sarcastic over the phone than through text. Being sarcastic is the same as low-key race baiting and gaslighting. So if you're using this to your best ability, you're a true hooper. The nonchalant texter is not about being nonchalant. It's about what the hell are you saying? You can be nonchalant and give interview-ass questions. So just because you see this buzzword, that doesn't mean you're going to green every shot. If you reply to her story, bro, this is a walking cookbook magnet. I mean, it's super nonchalant. You're not trying too hard. You're a true hooper. So story replier is women love you. Now, guys, there were two piece of shit tiers I was supposed to add. And that's the emotional shitty loser. And that's the ATM texter. Now, you're probably like, what the fuck is the ATM texter? The ATM texter is only used for his pockets. He doesn't link no bitches. He thinks, oh, it's not tricking if you got it. Bro, you are getting finessed. You're getting robbed for free. Like, if rob you blind was a saying, I don't have a joke for this shit. The point is, we're going to start with an example of an emotional loser. And then we're going to save ATM texter for later. So let's look at the in-game footage.
Where are you, emotional loser? There you are. So you asked the girl, I got a question, right? I got a question though. She says, yeah. You say, you jacking me or nah? Let me know because I ain't trying to waste my time. Oh my God. Hoopers! Hoopers. I don't care how much you love this girl. Never ever should the words, are you jacking me, come out your mouth. Or, what are we, come out your mouth. Or, what are we even called? Do we have a title? You should be never ever be put in this position. Even if you are put in that position, never admit to it. If you do admit to it, let's say best case scenario, she says, yeah, I'm jacking you. Guess who wears the pants in you guys' relationship? It won't be you, bitch ass nigga. The problem with saying stupid shit like this, and we're not here to roast, we're here to help, fellow hoopers. The problem with saying shit like this is you give her the entire power in the dynamic of you guys' relationship. You should never be on the fence and worried about whether she jacks you or not. All you care about is getting money and fucking bitches. Why do you care so much? And not only that, you ask her that stupid question and you airball. She says, I feel you. Not gonna lie, I don't really know how to feel. All that means is, I feel you, but I'm still gonna text other niggas. She probably has a link set up that same night, and you're asking her, do you jack me? Now, I know we're roasting here, but let's ask, how can we clean this up? Let's say you were curious about whether a girl is jacking you or not. What could you do? Well, first of all, you could get on the phone with her, see how her energy is. I can already assume that you and this girl have been cool before. My nigga, just call her bitch ass, bro. If she pick up, let's hoop. If she doesn't, okay, life continues. But what you're not gonna do is seem desperate as fuck and put you're jacking me. Bro, she could be jacking up another nigga right now, and you're here asking her that question. Pause. But in all seriousness, anytime you send a risky, stupid question, imagine her getting pounded by another nigga while you just sit in her phone, and the nigga that's pounding her asking her, yo, who's texting you? She's saying, oh, nobody. Oh, it's someone I just don't really know how to feel about. Bro, you're fried. Man, we've been on this screenshot for long enough. All I'm going to say is, hoopers, this should never come out your mouth. Even if you are concerned about the dynamic of you guys' relationship, never admit to it. Act like you don't care. You're getting money anyways. She's laying in her bed watching her Vampire Diaries, and you sent a text asking, are you jacking me? It's okay, bro. We're not here to roast. We're here to help. Don't take it personal. We're men. You can take it, bro. But this should never come out your mouth. Face sad. Anyway, this is the emotional loser, and this is going to go into it's over, bro. You can't pound her acting like this guy. Next up is probably the worst screenshot in this entire video. The ATM Boston Richie I'm a trick texter. Let's look at the film. 3 screenshots. Now, off the bat, before I even open up, in the preview, you can see a lot of fouls here. You're not getting no free throws. You're committing illegal acts. You have uncoachable tendencies. And let's get into the first one. It was this one, I think. Open up, bitch ass nigga. Come on. Good. So she says, what you doing, handsome? This is good. You're starting off good. When a girl is willing to give you a compliment, that means she is a high interest girl. That's good. The question is, if she is a high interest, how do you fumble the bag? She says, what you doing, handsome? You says, just cooling, shorty. What about you? Boring as fuck. If a girl asks you what you're doing, get on the phone with her. Stop trying to figure out what she's doing. She's not doing shit. We've talked about this before. The what you doing merchant, but this is a girl. Okay. Just cooling, shorty. What about you? Okay. She says, ooh, stop, bro. You didn't even say anything, and she's already wet. You're looking good. You're starting off hot here. Let's see how you somehow fumble. You say, just cooling, shorty. What about you? She says, ooh, stop.
I'm studying bullshit. She's texting you. She's not studying. And looking at stuffed animals. Bro, how old is this girl? But we're not going to roast. Then you say, are you free to talk on the phone? Bro, yes. You're more important than studying because she's clearly texting you. Just say, instead of saying, are you? Say, I'm finna call you right now. Give me your number. Direct. Maybe not as smooth, but that's just what I just thought of off the brain. I don't know. I just naturally thought of that shit, okay? So, instead of asking her a question, just be like, give me your number. I'm finna call you. Point blank. Stand on it. You're a fucking man. She says, I am. Now, with this girl being so high interest, it masks a lot of fuck ups, but it's okay. Then you say your voice is what I'm trying to hear. Bro, you're overly dribbling, bro. Dribble too much, bro. She already says, I am. We already know you want to hear her voice. You're fried, bro. Then you ask her Insta or phone. Bro, get her fucking number. What do you mean Insta or phone? Get her off the social media apps. Women are already naturally hypergamous. Why would you want to keep her on that app? Do you have any good reason? You don't, bro. So I don't know why you even giving her the option. Right now, you're losing frames slowly. Then she says, we can call here since we're already speaking. Bitch, shut up. No disrespect. When I say bitch, it's in the most respectful way. It's like a best friend. Bitch, shut up type of thing. So you actually listen because obviously you gave her the option to do Instagram or phone call. And you guys get on the phone for an hour. That's how you know the shit she said before was not important. She made this shit up. She was not studying. And I doubt she was even looking at stuffed animals. Come on, who are you fooling? You guys get on the phone, okay. Then she tells you, you should buy me sushi. Bitch, why is she commanding you on what you should do with your money? Now, let's see what you say when she gives you a command, buy me sushi, bitch, with no remorse. Let's see what you do. She says, you should buy me sushi with a stupid ass anime girl. You says, I don't think I mind that. Bro, I don't care how much money you have. The moment you're carefree with giving money away to girls, that's all she'll use you for, bro. If you don't think twice, you'll be becoming a walking ATM. If she farts, she's gonna ask you for some money. If she wakes up with morning breath, she's gonna ask you for some money. Because this is the dynamic you're starting with. You didn't even crack her yet. But because she said you should buy her the sushi in a stupid meme, now you don't mind that? Bro, you're fried, bro. Until you crack, you should be minding this shit, bro. Next up, she says, gasp, will you send me money for it? You say how much? She says it's like 21 for a big tray, bro. Do you know what you could do with a dub? A whole 20? You say you're going to share a big back. You try to sprinkle in some race bait. Okay, she says yes. The question is, are you guys linking? If this shot is to set up a link, I won't be mad at you. She says yes with this stupid P emoji, I guess. And she says, hey, my back ain't that big. You spiked her emotions. Let's see if you green this shot. It's shaky, but you're a walking ATM. Let's see what happens. You send her a meme back and say, I will, should be sent. Thank you. Where's the link? So hold on. You lost money. You don't have her number. And you didn't crack? So what did you gain? This is a classic example of being a free attention dumpster, an emotional therapist, a bucket resistant hooper. Tell me, what did you gain? I thought she would say, okay, I'm going to see you in 10. You literally said, are you going to share a big back? But you have no number. You didn't link. And you send this to me to come help you? You're uncoachable. We've said this in multiple vids and you're not taking notes. You missed practice last Friday and this is the punishment. You're failing easy layups. It went from her calling you handsome to her using you for fucking money. You should be ashamed of yourself, bro. Respect your last name. I'm done with this tier list. Finally, bro. ATM texter, it's over for you, bro. So this is the tier list. If you're doing anything on these bottom tiers, just say you're a bitch, bro. You don't want to put the ball in the hoop. You want to be used and you want to contribute to this hypergamous nature. Oh, don't be surprised. Hoopers, if that girl isn't texting you back, it's because of simps and tricks who think it ain't tricking if you got it is a actual thing. Not knowing that they're just a used pocket. They're never going to crack. So, with that being said, check out the cookbook. I'ma see y'all niggas inside the school. Man, let's hoop. Is you hooping? Man, let's hoop. Nigga, did you say let's hoop or we're just gonna stand here awkward? You did? Oh, okay. Nigga, you didn't say that shit. Man, let's hoop.